let's bring in Tarik Oguzlu, who joins me now from Istanbul. He's a professor of international relations at Istanbul Aydin University. Tarik, good to speak to you. What are Turkiye and the UN's role in ensuring that this grain is moved safely and quickly to areas that need it the most?
I think according to the details of the agreement that was signed last week in Istanbul, Turkey was supposed to establish a kind of joint coordination center here in Istanbul to oversee this traffic. And this center was already opened on Wednesday by Turkish Minister of Defense Hulusi Akar. And international representatives and observers will be overseeing this traffic based in this particular center. So UN representatives will be there, Ukrainian, Russian and Turkish representatives will be there, where Turkey will have the highest degree of responsibility to make sure that this shipment process remains in safety and security. That's the key responsibility of Turkish government authorities, as far as I know, and UN also will assist Turkish authorities in this particular task.
And Tarik, is there the belief, though, that Russia is going to stick to this agreement, given that we saw strikes on Odessa shortly after that deal was formally signed in Istanbul last week?
It is really a difficult question to answer this question in a confident manner, because, as you have just pointed out, no one can sure about how the way Russians would react to that, because the war itself has a different logic. It has its own logic. It is not, but also we all know that just because the key representatives of Russia and Ukraine came to Turkey to put their signatures under this important agreement, it means that they are somehow serious about this problem to be solved, because all other actors, international actors, the countries in the global south in particular, have very much supported and encouraged the parties to come to a kind of modus vivendi regarding this dispute. I am somehow confident about Russian prospects of supporting this agreement, because it is also in Russia's national interest, because Russia will be able to ship its own grain and fertilizers to other countries as well. Russia will also gain from it. And we should not forget the fact that if Russia cooperates with other actors on this particular issue, it might be able to gain a kind of legitimacy, at least in the eyes of the countries who are extremely in need of those goods in the global south.
And speaking of those countries, once that grain actually starts moving and getting to these countries, how long before we start seeing the global shortage actually being eased and maybe somewhat returning to normal levels?
It is a very important question, again, but let me tell you, it is not that much easy. I think we are talking about the shipment of more than 20 to 25 million tons of grain. So as far as I know, each ferry carries at most 10 or 15,000 grain at once. So we have to wait at least 2 months or 3 months to see first positive results in this particular process, but it takes time, and we will see it. And also, as you have just pointed out, no one can feel sure about how the countries on the battlefield will respond to that. A kind of crisis might occur anytime during this particular warfare. But at least we are sure that Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, UN and other members of the international community would like to see that this cooperation works successfully.
Tarik, really good to speak to you and get your take on the situation. Thank you so much.